Hi, this is Debbie with the Food Prepping channel. Hi, everybody. Hi, it's me with my oxygen on, and my hair is all straight, and got my glasses on, and all this stuff, and I just didn't feel like fixing my hair and getting all dressed up. And Pocono Prepper wanted me to do a video of me again, and why don't I do it every time, and all this, and I just haven't done it. So this is going to be I'm going to talk to y'all a little bit about diabetes, because I'm going to be, when I started this channel, it was a prepping channel, and I was prepping a lot of stuff then, which I still prep a lot of stuff. But now it's different kinds of things because I'm diabetic, and I don't have any kids that live with me anymore. But you know, if a shit hits the fan situation comes along, I hope and pray that my kids will be able to get here in time. So I still have to get things for them too, but the main things that I'm trying to get now are really healthy foods. A lot of vegetables. I've got a lot of dehydrated vegetables that I think last for a long time, and I've still got a lot of canned stuff that has been canned for 2.5 years now. It still looks just like it did when I canned it, so I hope and pray that it's still good. I've got meats, and I've got vegetables, I've got squash, I've got applesauce, I've got cabbage, I've got chicken, I've got beef, I've got chicken and rice, and none of it is rusted. None of the cans, the lids have, I check them constantly. You know, I'll put your fingernail on there and check to make sure that the seal hasn't broken. They're all still sealed. They're all on my shelf, and I just take for granted that it's still good. But now I'm doing a lot of things with diabetes and not so much prepping, and that's what I hope that y'all will see. And it's going to be geared more towards diabetics and how to help you, not so much in a SHTF situation, but in an SHTF situation too. Right now I'm going to check my blood sugar. This is for today. This is today's the 15th. So this is my first blood sugar for today. It's 2 hours after I've eaten, and for breakfast I had a salad, and then I had some almonds and just different things. But let's check my blood and see what. Ow. I say ow, and no blood comes out. Boy, I'm doing good. My index finger has got to be, and it is on 5. Aha! We have blood. We have blood. Alright, my blood sugar for 2 hours afterwards is 133. Yes, I know you can't probably see that, but it is 133. I'm excited. It was 170 something this morning, so when I got up. So I have one more time to check it today, and that will be tonight before I go to bed. And I've got all kinds of books that I've been reading from Lily, And I still want to talk to all of you. This is my new subscribers, my old subscribers, my soon-to-be subscribers, and hopefully not those of you that unsubscribe from me. I mean, I know that there's a couple of you that evidently don't like me and give me thumbs down on all my videos, which makes no sense to me. But, you know, if I like someone and I like their videos, then I give them a thumbs up. If I don't like their videos, I don't give them anything. And if I don't watch it, I don't give them anything. Because right now, I've had a really hard time getting into watching even half of what I used to watch in videos, because I can't seem to watch anything without falling asleep. I mean, I could sit here right now, close my eyes, and fall asleep. That's how it is. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you about diabetes. I hope you can see this book. This is a patient expert, walks you through everything you need to learn and do the first year type 2 diabetes. Well, if you're type 1 diabetes, you know, I don't know that much about that. And I know that I have type 2, and I'm trying real hard to get it better. And I wanted to read y'all a little bit on type 2 diabetes. And first off, I do want to thank all of you that do subscribe to me, that do comment, that have sent me cards. My Secret Santa, every day of my life, I thank you for what you did for me. And you know who you are. You didn't want to be known, so I'm not telling it. But you know what you did for me for Christmas. And if you could have gone with me down to my granddaughter's house the other day and just saw how she loved her karaoke machine, and they all loved their shoes, and they all loved everything that I was able to get them with what you gave me for Christmas and what Amber gave me. And then Lily sent me 10 books. Brenda has sent me 2, but I've only received 1 of them. So Brenda, I do want to let you know that I've only received 1 of your books. I've received cards from several of you. I appreciate that more than you can ever know. I have undoubtedly the best subscribers that there are on YouTube, because I can read some of your comments and cry by just knowing how you feel about me and how I feel about you. Every day of my life, when I wake up, besides my family, I think about you and Julie. I think about Julie too. She's over there taking my Christmas decorations down. Yes, it's January the 15th, and I'm finally taking my Christmas decorations down. It's really hard because I did have a Christmas, but I didn't have a Christmas when I should have had a Christmas, and I kept wanting it to snow, and it hasn't snowed. So anyway, I guess it's time to take the Christmas decorations down, and that's what she's doing today while I'm making this video for y'all. But I do want to thank every one of you. Good gosh, I could go through page after page of people that I think about, and you all know who you are because you all think of me and comment on my videos, and you mean so much to me. And I just want you to know that it's time that I get back into the diabetes thing. I mean, I've been trying this week, not as much as I was, because this thing of not smoking, hold on, let me get a drink of my tea. This thing of not smoking is really kind of gotten me down a little bit, because it is making me want sweets real bad. And I was never a sweet eater. But now I am. I mean, I'm not, but I want to. So, I'm kind of, because I want to eat too, I'm kind of eating almonds more and eating pork rinds more and stuff like that. So, I do want to get back into my diabetes, and I do want to read part of this. I think that a lot of you have, or that are going through the diabetes with this living with diabetes thing that I'm doing, have probably had diabetes for a lot longer than I have. A lot longer. I want my A1C back down to 6.2. It'd be even better if I could get it down to 5.9, but just to get it back down to 6.2 would make it wonderful to me, because the doctor did tell me that the older you get, the higher your blood sugars go up. So hopefully I'll get over this stuff of not wanting a cigarette, because it's just, I guess because I'm not smoking, I want to eat more. They say you take one vice and get another vice. Well, I already had 2 vices, eating and smoking. So now I'm not smoking, and I'm not supposed to be eating, and it's kind of hard to not do both. So I really am trying, and I'm really trying to make salads, and I made the soup the other day, and I did freeze 2 huge bowls of it today. They were like the flat things, and I froze 2 big bowls of that, and I still have my salad, and I've eaten my salad. But I want us to kind of go through, those of you that don't know about diabetes and don't know about type 2 diabetes, I want us to go through this book and do it together. And so what I'm going to do is read you a little bit on this. It says, what is diabetes? Diabetes is an incredibly complicated disease that comes in many flavors. Later we'll discuss some of these exotic flavors, but for now we'll stick with the 2 basic groups called type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Type 1 is autoimmune. Type 1 diabetes, which used to be called, well, I didn't know it used to be, I thought it still was juvenile diabetes, or insulin-dependent diabetes mellitus, IDDM, is usually, but not always, diagnosed in children and young adults. It is an autoimmune disease, meaning that for some reason the immune system has mistaken its own pancreas for foreign tissue and destroys the pancreatic cells that produce insulin, which is a hormone. As a result, people with type 1 diabetes produce almost no insulin and must take daily insulin injections. Okay, well, I just read that and didn't know that. So in type 1, your pancreas is like a foreign object in your body, and it makes no insulin. Alright, type 2, which is what I have, used to be called adult or maturity onset diabetes. Now see, when I was growing up, my grandmother always called it sugar diabetes. So, because my great uncle, wait a minute, my grandma, which her brother would be my great uncle, I guess. Yeah. My great uncle is the only one in either side of my family that's ever had diabetes. Ever. So Grandma always said sugar diabetes. And I know that's because back in the day, they thought sugar caused it. Sugar doesn't cause it, but it does play a major part in it. But anyway, this is called maturity onset diabetes or non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus, sometimes popularly called old age. Wow, that's real good to know. I have to face that I'm old all the time. Now it's some popularly called old age diabetes. And here I'm trying to figure out my bucket list and what I want to do, because with all this stuff wrong with me, I'm really scared that something's going to happen to me. And I was just talking to Julie what I want to do this summer, and I want to take all my kids and Julie to Florida with me, but Julie can't go because she'd have to take her kids, because she couldn't leave her kids for a whole week, and I can understand that, but I still would like to take her along and go somewhere if I become old and win the lottery, which I don't even play. But anyway, this is properly called old age diabetes because it is usually, but not always, diagnosed in older people. I was older when it was diagnosed for me. Today, more and more younger people, even children, are being found to have type 2 diabetes. Because this book is about type 2 diabetes, whenever I say just diabetes, unless I specify otherwise, I'm referring to the type 2 variety. Type 2 diabetes is probably not an autoimmune disease, and you probably don't have less insulin than normal. In fact, I may have more insulin than normal. The problem is something called insulin resistant. And so it goes on here, and it tells you a little bit more about it. It says when you discuss IR, which is insulin resistance, let's go back and, no, it says before we discuss IR, let's go back and try to understand what insulin does. And I like this analogy that they give. Like a car that needs energy to run and uses gasoline as an energy source, your body also needs energy to function. Y'all hear my washing machine, right? It is not level, and we cannot get it level. So y'all just going to have to put up with this shaking my house, and my belly's going blah, 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 blah. Not really. My whole house is just doing that. Okay, let's go back. Like a car that needs energy to run and uses gasoline as an energy source, your body also needs energy to function and uses a sugar called glucose. When you eat food, the body converts much of that food into glucose. The glucose is taken up by the brain and the muscles in order to make you think well and run fast. Both useful characteristics if you're trying to avoid being eaten by a saber-toothed tiger or snag a taxi in New York. The brain doesn't need insulin to take up that glucose, but the muscles do. In the presence of insulin, the muscles produce what are called glucose transporters, which you can think of as little boats that carry glucose passengers. To ferry the glucose across the cell membrane into the cell, without enough insulin, the cell doesn't produce enough transporters, so a lot of the glucose can't get into your muscle cells. The glucose just builds up in the bloodstream and causes all kinds of problems. If you're thin, you may be one of the minority of people with type 2 diabetes who, for some unknown reason, simply don't produce enough insulin. In this case, your IR may be normal. If you're overweight, it's more likely that you're producing plenty of insulin, but you've got IR, which is insulin resistant. For some unknown reason, the insulin just doesn't work very well. The body, which is generally much smarter than we are, recognizes this and produces more insulin to compensate for the IR. But after many years, the cells in the pancreas that produce the insulin, called beta cells, can't keep up with the demand and eventually get exhausted, not able to produce all the insulin you need. Then your blood glucose level rises, and that's usually when you're diagnosed with diabetes. So, now that I've read all this with all my washing machine in the background, I do hope y'all understood this, because this made it a lot simpler for me to understand, and that's what I wanted to read to y'all. Maybe you can understand it too better. But I did do my blood sugar. I did read this to you a little bit about the diabetes type 1 and type 2. And now I'm going to stop this video for the afternoon, and I'll come back later on tonight, and hopefully we won't fall asleep. I won't fall asleep. Won't be any we. But I won't fall asleep tonight before I can get back to you. So, I'm going to stop this now, and I'll bring you back after a while. I don't know if I'll be in the video or not, but right here I am. Hope y'all have a good day if you don't see me again in this one. And I'll talk to you after a while. Okay, I'm back. It's 11 o'clock at night. I'm going to do my last blood sugar or glucose, or I'm going to check it with my meter, or whatever you want to say. And then I'm going to take my medicine, and I'm going to bed. Believe it or not, I have stayed up today and tonight. Kind of remarkable, even to me. But for some reason, this oxygen thing is driving me crazy. I want to get rid of this thing so bad. But I know it's going to be a while, because I can tell. Alright, let me see, I'll do it in my middle finger. Yep. Well, Debbie, get it up there. $152, and it's 11 o'clock. I took it about 8 o'clock, I think, and it was 180. I can't remember. Hold on, let me check back and see. All results. Alright, at 8:40, it was 189, at 121, alright, 8 o'clock, 8:17 this morning, that was on the other video, it was 173, then at 121 today, it was 133, then at 8:40, it was 189, and then I ate some almonds, and it took it down to 152. So that's pretty cool. Only one time today was it above 180, and I don't like that, but like I told y'all, I'm having a hard time with this not smoking. I mean, I just think that you exchange one vice for another vice, and I'm scared that my vice is going to be eating, and I don't want that, but it's just kind of hard to not want to snack on something instead of smoking a cigarette. And I had some disturbing news tonight. Someone stole from me that isn't here anymore, and then told my daughter that I was losing, forgetting things real bad, and that that they really didn't steal from me, but they did steal from me, and they're not here anymore. So, that's the way it goes, and there's nothing I can do about it, because I'm not going to put myself as low as that person. But karma is a bitch, and I'm telling you, this person is going to get what is coming to them. Not from me, not from anybody I know, but eventually this person is going to get what's coming to them. And if it's not, it's not going to be from anybody I know, but it's very well can be from God or somebody else that this person does this to. And this person knows who she is. She knows she stole from me, but then tells my daughter that it's because I'm forgetting things. Nah, doesn't work like that. I forget words, but I may be talking to y'all and forget a word, but I can still tell you the meaning of the word. I just can't remember the word. I don't forget what I've got in my house, and I don't forget what happens to me when I come home from the hospital and I have things missing in my house. So, it's a sad situation that somebody does this to you that you didn't think would do it. But anyway, you saw what my blood sugars are, and I'm going to get up here because I'm just going to get upset again, and I don't need that. And I guess about an hour before I took my blood sugar at probably, I guess it's about 7:30 is when I found this out. And this did happen when I was in the hospital, and that somebody that can steal from somebody when they're in a hospital and you don't know whether they're going to live or die is pretty low in my opinion. But that's okay. She's not here no more. And so, I'm going to get up here. I hope you like this video. If you do, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it on your Pinterest, your Facebook, your Twitter, and I will talk to you tomorrow. It's 11 o'clock at night, and I'm going to bed. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. You have a good night. Bye.